Hello, everyone. How you guys doing? Welcome back to the official Nick Walsh TV channel. We're live once again. We're going to play spins, and today we are going to play really, really well, and we're going to win tons of money. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait. I'm feeling a little bit better than I did yesterday, guys. As you know, I've been whining like a little baby about how unwell I've been. I am legitimately starting to get better now, and I do actually feel the energy coursing through my veins like I have life within me. It's a really, really good feeling. We are going to play $25 spin and goes today, and we're going to take it back to basics. We're going to lock in. We're going to be doing nothing other than poker today. We're not going to be distracted, and we are going to focus on the basics. Part of what I'm also going to try and employ today is a bit of a no-nonsense strategy with the regs. We're not going to mess around today. We're going to be playing a very pushy, foldy strategy in those sort of low-value, low-frequency low value, low multiplier circumstances. We don't need to talk. We just need to play. Let's take a look at our results so far this year. Let me filter for it first. Here we go. All right, so this is our spin and go chip graph so far in 2026. So we're off to a slow start here, guys. We definitely have been experiencing a bit of a roller coaster. We had a very big downswing over the last couple sessions in our EV department, which hurts me the most. You guys know I'm here for the EV. And we are going to be battling to try and rectify this. Some of this was within our control. Some of it's not within our control. You know what I mean? There's a lot that can go right and wrong in spin and goes. Not necessarily all of it is up to us. But we are going to persevere. And, of course, whenever we're in a situation like this where we're looking at a small graph with a relatively small sample and we're feeling kind of bummed out about why do I do this to myself, it's nice to remember that we have long-term results to back things up. If we filter instead, since the beginning of the spin and go merge, we're doing a lot right. We're doing a lot right. We're not winning enough chips for me personally. I'd like to be winning more. I think overall we're winning something like 15 chips per game. We need to be winning closer to 20 in order to be considered a competitive force. However, one upswing like this, one little whoop, one of these bad boys, and we're loving life again. We're back on track, and that will happen, and that will come eventually. So let's get on to the games, and let's try and crack on. So, couple exciting things before we start, guys. I'm going to get out of the way now before I get myself distracted. I have received this morning an important piece of the new office puzzle. So before we say that, actually, the guy came over, the carpenter came over. He actually took a look at the office space. He measured it up. He's confident that he can build the office that I want, and it's going to look really good. If you guys haven't heard about this, basically this office space is just a big empty box, basically. But behind me here is like an alcove that's cut out of the wall. And the idea is we're going to have the desk so it can be folded away. It will live out most of the time. It's a nice looking desk. It's going to be hand built by the carpenter, and then it will fold away into this wall when we want to try and reclaim this space. In addition to that, I'm buying a fancy new monitor. In fact, I say buying. It's in the next room. It arrived earlier today. It is a 55-inch Samsung Gen 2 Arc, and if you guys haven't seen those before, they're serious business, and they are big. So I'm having one giant monitor. I've got some new peripherals on the way, including a new headset, which is going to arrive shortly. And all of these things are coming together. So finally, 2026, there will be an office space that I can be proud of. I'm sick of looking at this blank white wall. Historically, I've had lots of very nice backgrounds when I've streamed. And people have always said, hey, you got kind of a cool background there. It's a good streaming setup. This is not a good streaming setup. I need this for my brain, and I've spent a bunch of money. So we're going to spend some cash. We're going to get this bad boy upgraded, and the new monitor is next door. It's huge, guys. It's ginormous. I need to keep an ear out for the door, though, because I have my new my new Sennheiser headphones coming. I don't enjoy wearing this when we're grinding. I've started doing this just because the sound quality was decent and because I want to be able to hear when there's alerts and stuff like that. I want to use a combination of the normal Shure microphone, and I want to use a pair of headphones that are really comfortable while we're streaming in. They're meant to be very, very comfortable and lightweight, and I think they look pretty cool too. So that's arriving in like an hour or so. I just need to keep an ear out for the door, and when it goes, I'm gonna go grab the headphones. We'll rip them out of the box, and we'll take a look and see if they're appropriate for our needs. Hello, Tom. Hello, Raksha. Hello, Jakers. Hello, Undersea Monkey. Hello, everyone. Top Bird is here as well. Hello, Bird. And also Brian Nicholson over there on YouTube. Hello, hello, hello. All right, so with no further ado, guys, let's get into the poker. And today we are turning off the graph. We're turning off all notifications. It's just going to be me and you guys, and that's it. I'm turning off Discord as well. Actually, no, I can't do that. Distracted already watched. Perfect, yeah. All right, I'm messaging Tom. That's a lot. I'm allowed to message Tom. All right, we're going to put this away otherwise. Let me send Ruthie a message on WhatsApp really quick, and then I'll crack on. All right, we're gonna do a little raise here. What do we know about this guy? Okay, cool. So he underreps his hands. Let's go for a 3x ISO here with the additional dead money. All right. Done, and let's play some poker. So we had to note that this guy was okay. Actually, that is a slightly different note than I thought it was, but that's still something we want to be aware of. And I don't think that I think limping wider is going to be totally fine against this player. And yeah, we're just going to keep limping. We're going to enter lots of pots. I mean, this is probably still a GTO limp anyway, as it is. Betting this flop is probably okay. I think we can probably delay it as well, especially if we're going to turn a straight. And are we raising? I don't think we're raising. Great run out. Really great. One of the cool things about this spot is our opponent really isn't meant to have that many big clubs. So I do think this probably trends closer to bluffs, but we do also have this note that he was limping an unusual... Let's go for it. He was limping some unusual stuff. Get called by the jack of clubs here, that's fine. As long as he's not turning it with ace of clubs or king of clubs, the move I think is still really cool. He should be considerably capped to not actually having too many strong clubs. Jack of clubs obviously is a pretty strong club, but we're still making a move that I think is reasonably powerful. And I think we've played it in a way that we would have done the same thing with the king of clubs or the ace of clubs. And we would play king of clubs in this fashion because we know that he's so capped to not having the ace of clubs. So he ends up sort of having about as strong of a hand as he can hope for in that situation based on the ranges. But I think the move is still kosher. And let's just start with the one big blind. Okay, the jack shouldn't change too much. I think we probably just go for another. Lovely. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. Turn gut shot is fantastic. On the double flushing turn, we just need to go again. We just need to call here, right? We have ace-king on this board, which is obviously a strong holding, but as soon as the clubs and diamonds are available, our opponent is allowed to check jam a lot of stuff, including queen X of diamonds, queen X of clubs. It's a good spot for them to check shove with quite a few sort of semi-bluffs, and there's actually so many semi-bluffs available on this turn anyway that I think we need to just end up calling here quite often. You know, when people check jam, if we're not playing a reg, then obviously the check jam probably becomes quite a lot stronger. But just, you know, literally fuck my life. Cool. Game number 2. Game number 2 done. Let's get into another one. Maybe this time we won't just eat shit. Just turning gut shots for fun. My friend is just turning gut shots for fun. What's up, Kaz Jenkins? Thank you for the 5-stream streak. How you doing today? I suppose theoretically as well, they can check jam worse kings too. It's a pretty reasonable spot to go broke, I think, with the ace king. Yeah, we're gonna call this one. All right, we had him dominated, but we didn't win. Domination, no good. Sorry about that, guys. Trying to resize this table. All right, so game number 3. All right, heads up against the unknown player. Getting jammed on, no good. You can still limp jack 5 here. Betting is probably okay. Checking is probably okay as well. We managed to spike a 5. Hey, Nazgul in the chat, hello. It's not your fault, buddy. Yeah, Nazgul has been fucking me up today. Unfortunately, we managed to save some chips here, not betting any street, which is lovely. It doesn't feel good because you're not winning, but it does feel like probably it's going to be good for us long run. Nazgul in the chat is a top $25 grinder. Might actually play higher stakes, I'm not sure. I always seem to see Nazgul around the stakes I'm playing. We have done some chips to Nazgul today, for sure. We've lost some EVs. But it was all deserved, I have to say. It was in part probably a bit of unluck. A little bit of unluck, but also in part probably could have been avoided by me. Not playing my best right now. And we have the Queen 9 here. We can do a little bit of everything. This is going to be fine. Nazgul said also with the Queen 9, I had a club and a diamond, which blocks your bluff, so it's more likely if you do have a value hand. Yeah, exactly. I mean, once I barrel that turn, I think I probably end up having like quite a lot of value. Yeah, I know you are supposed to have a fair number of bluffs on that turn, but I probably trend towards value on that sort of a spot. I mean, you got to aim with the straight, you know. Story checks out. King 10 into outros. Can we win a flip? Any flips about? Nice one. And let's put this one in the limp category. It's not exactly the flop that we are looking for, but it is still probably fine to bets. As Barney once said, if it wasn't for luck, I guess I'd lose them all. Great quote. Amen. Oh. Sorry, guys. I was saying that was the front door. Oh man, this is against this guy. I think we're gonna fold, but it's Queen 5 is a call here, obviously. Against the reg usually. How many bigs was it? I didn't even see it properly. He shoved 6 bigs for Queen. Yeah, Queen 5 is in there. Theoretically speaking. All right, one sec, guys. I'm gonna go check the post. I still had to get the door anyway, but it's not the one. It's not the one that we're waiting for. Okay, we're going to try and win some EV today, guys. I really, really need to get this back on track for my mental health because it's annoying me. And I understand a lot of it's outside of our control, but I'm feeling a lot less. I feel like my mental game has slipped since the start of the year because I got sick, and now I feel like it's really annoying. It's like I feel like we've put ourselves in a bad spot now. I'm sure I've been here before. I just need to play through it. Just the worst turn in the deck. Cool. We are ahead of some 10x, obviously. We're still beating some Jack X, 9x. King would be nice. Go on, get the showdown, buddy. Fuck me. We're losing to an 8, a king, and 2 pair. And a 4 big blind bet from an unknown player does not strike me as a bluff. Yeah, sorry, I keep forgetting that. Keep forgetting that this mic is here and not there, but it will be today. Hopefully, after we get our new when we get our new headset, I'll just run the normal. I'll be using the normal mic. Should sound good. It is a very good mic. Oh my god, how the fuck did I do that? What the hell, dude? If I scratch the shit out of this mic, it's like, why? That's really gonna annoy me now. All right, unknown player. He's not gonna bet, so we're gonna have to bet for him. I guess we're trying to get max from clubs and 5x and Jack X. But we're probably not going to get much if he doesn't bet the flop. Trying to trap. I'm trying to trap a player who I expect to be more passive, which isn't ideal, is it? I'd say that's probably pretty stupid, to be honest. Question is, do we start bluffing on this turn? We can probably bet turn bet river if he calls. I do anticipate the 7 being the best hand here very often. I'm actually trying to set up for a value shove on that river. And we've got this guy down to 4 big blinds. What's the worst that could happen? Yeah, we're gonna have to call the queen here. This is a call at like 6 big blinds, so we're already like within half of the total tolerance. It's just a hand that has probably too much value to wanna fold. Too much EVs. We got deuces that never loses. Hello, Nettie. How you doing? Yeah, limp calling a jam here, I would say, is probably not the end of the world. At this stack depth, you just want to be all in with the Jack 9, though. The limp call Jack 9 suited is much better at a slightly deeper stack depth. $100. Let's go. All right, $100 is within grasp here. Henrik is asking on YouTube, hey Nick, what is the maximum possible rake back on PokerStars? So I believe Select Plus, if you play spins, I think you can get up to 60%. If you search up Select Plus, here we go. So Select Plus is so in the normal system, if you go to black, that's 40%, and then Select and Select Plus are 50% and 60% rake back. You do need to play a lot of poker to get that, of course. And we are going to call King Trey. We're still calling, I guess. I would love if he just turns up here with 3-4 or something. Oh man, getting milked here. This is awful. Nice one, sir. Nice one. Crying call. Hello, Lawler. How you doing? And let's go for the 3x. ISO here. We're going to trap sixes. We are looking for a raise so we can rip it in his face. And let's call. I think probably we can do a little bit of everything here. This might just be the cheapest way. Our friend has flopped the nuts. And we've made top pair with the nut straight blocker. All right, we're going to try and put some more chips in here, guys. All right, $100. Here we go. We're going to commit to the bluff now that we pick up equity. Yep. So, I mean, the intention here is to check raise where we have backdoor straight draw, backdoor flush draw. And if we pick up equity, we're going to commit to it, right? We've played our hand in a way that I think makes a lot of sense. Our opponent just literally has 6-4. So the turn jam theoretically works a fair amount. It works a lot less when they just turn 2 pair. That's not a good thing. And it's just another way that we're running bad right now, I'm afraid. Yeah, I mean, the bluff here is a lot more effective when your opponent doesn't improve. So 2 pair on the turn when you're trying to bluff. We end up still having equity though, so it's not a complete loss, but obviously the intention is to generate folds. Waller says 50-day countdown until EPT. I mean, before that, Irish Open, buddy. Oh, God. Okay. Wish me luck, guys. Here we go. He's got pocket nines. Fuck me. Obviously, 10-6 of hearts is within a Nash call here. I mean, it's really fucking hard to win chips right now, guys. It's really, really, really hard to win chips. Look, it's 10-6 hearts. We're not expecting any miracles here. We will actually dominate some of the shoves that are supposed to be in here theoretically. It's a hand that's just supposed to have equity, and we end up having fuck all equity against nines because just like whatever, right? All these hands are pretty standard. These are just spots that we're getting really, really like wrecked in at the moment, right? I mean, I would say probably this is theoretically completely sound. We're check raising on a texture where our opponent obviously is going to have complete air, as well as, you know, some weaker 3x, 6x, stuff like that, and we're just running straight into a turn 2 pair, which also gives us equity. If we check raise here and it comes a random brick, you know, we're either not going to bluff because it's not a good card for us to barrel, or we're going to find about like a more reasonable turn to like actually represent something. It just so transpires that we end up turning the exact straight draw to commit the rest of the chips when he's turning a 2 pair at the same time. Yeah. Hard times. Next game, please. $1,108 game. Oh man, Lola, you're a madman. You're a madman. Thank you, Vinicius, on YouTube, by the way. On YouTube chat, I appreciate you. That's very kind of you to say, mate. Your support means a lot when we're running like this, dude. Thank you. Also, go Brazil, yeah. It's very sweet, mate. Thank you so much. All right, betting here is going to be fine. Checking here is also going to be kind of cool. We're not folding the turn if we're checking the flop. I do feel like there's probably a reasonable amount of ace-high hero calls on this texture. Our opponent is trying to represent a straight. Question mark as to whether or not they do this with a 6, so it's either a 7 or a jack. Otherwise, it's going to be a ton of bluffs, right? Sorry, guys. I'm not getting distracted. I'm trying to... I'm doing something work-related here. Benicio says, don't you feel like sometimes the game knows that you're not having fun? Oh, exactly what you mean. I know exactly what you mean, my friend. Thank you, Topbird. I appreciate you. We will get through it. We've suffered far worse than this. I mean, during the 50K challenge, Jesus, wow. During the 50K challenge, we had a monster downswing, and it was the kind of downswing that doesn't hurt as much, believe it or not. Actually, It's a spot where in the 50K challenge, right in the middle, we ended up down 160 buy-ins or something absolutely absurd, right? But it was one of those situations where our EV was going up at the same time. And even though financially we're much better off right now, in terms of the challenge, right? I don't mean personally. Even though it feels better financially to win chips and have shit EV, it actually hurts my feelings way more to just feel like you can't win any EV because it makes me feel like a complete moron. And you start to really doubt yourself, don't you? I'm going to let this guy blast off. Alex, I wish you the best of luck in the wars to come. We're not even going to lead the turn. We're not even going to lead the turn. We're going to let Alex blast off here. We're going to let Alex blast off. Double hearts, double diamonds. Okay, I guess we will shove the turn. That works. Millionaire Mojo says, I've been running into a lot of the same spots lately. Can't win a flip if my life depended on can't stay ahead when I'm ahead. Yeah, it is what it is, you know? 7 deuce at the bottom of the pile here, I'm afraid. How many bigs was that? Yeah, it's just outside. That is correct still. I mean, look, we're actually not running that bad in the all-in department. We've been winning flips. We've been winning more flips than we should probably, but the EV department is just horrific right now. But you know, look, if it was easy, everybody would do it. I am very much looking forward to getting these new headphones, though. I have to say, these are great headphones. These are actually, I mean, they're like professional commentary headphones. These are the same headphones we use for the European Poker Tour. The pressure on your head constantly, though, they're not comfortable in that regard. They're really not comfortable at all. I'm looking forward to having this mic set up so I don't have to have this in front of my face, and I'm looking forward to having the comfortable Sennheisers I just purchased. And I feel like I spent a shitload of money on it, and it's going to make me feel a lot better about myself, and I'm going to feel a lot more professional and zen and cool, which is not how I feel right now. Poker is frustrating me in a very specific way, and it's like, I'm not saying this to complain. I'm just trying to like, I'm trying to what's the word? What do psychiatrists call it? When you label something, when you have a feeling, but you label the feeling, and then the thing loses power because you identify it. Right now, poker is annoying me a lot, and I don't know why it's annoying me so much. Usually, when I get annoyed about poker, it's not because I'm running bad or I'm having bad luck in situations. That obviously is annoying and frustrating for sure. It's usually because I feel like I'm not playing well, or I'm doing something bad that I have control over that I can change. Right now, I'm struggling to distinguish between some of the situations that we've encountered as to whether or not I'm making a bad play or whether or not I'm making bad decisions, and whether or not I'm just running into the guy that can't fold bottom pair. I mean, during yesterday's stream, I did 3 bluffs where they had like extreme weakness and got called all 3 times. On the flip side of that, you start to go, maybe I'm just a complete whale and these guys are owning me, and that's obviously something you should always consider, right? Nobody is above that. But I'm struggling right now to figure out which is which. That Ace-High Hero call is obviously a nice one. And I guess the issue that I encounter is I've played this game for a long time. And when I'm confidently playing, and I'm in a situation like that with a relatively weak holding, but I'm very confident about the spot, I almost never lose. When I'm hero calling people with that level of confidence, my success rate is extremely high, right? You guys have seen enough of that over the years to know that that's true. Like, I'm good at these situations. When I find myself in a situation and I'm trying to force it to work, like I want the hero call to be right, but I probably feel like it's not, or I feel like I'm taking a punt, or if I'm putting in a bluff because I feel like I'm supposed to bluff, but I feel like the bluff isn't going to be effective, that starts to feel really negative. That starts to feel really shit because it goes against the instincts, and the instincts are thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of hours of experience. It's not just a feeling. It's like the manifestation of all of that work that you've put in over the years, right? Yeah, Top Bird. Like I mean, I don't even know. I don't even know if I'd call it venting because it's not like the way that I feel like requires like a vent switch or like a pressure switch. You know what I mean? I don't need to. I can walk away from the game right now and I can carry on with my day and I'll be fine. I'm not gonna go like cry about it, but yeah, I'm trying to identify it because I don't like when I don't feel good playing poker. And right now, playing poker doesn't feel good. It's annoying me. Yeah. I'm just going to delay bet this one. Benicia says, this game is the best emotional teacher there is. We go through so much pain and glory, and learning the process is so satisfying. It is. You're absolutely right. Take a break, enjoy your life, go to the park, take a walk, get off the screens. I mean, I don't want to get off the screens, though. I'll tell you what, I want to see this new monitor in action. It looks amazing. You guys are going to love it. I'm not going to share any pictures until the actual office is done, though, because this current office is not how it's supposed to look. Now, what do we do here? No. Have a therapy session. I am not opposed to therapy. I've gone to a lot of therapy in my time. To be honest, talking about it with you guys is actually a form of therapy that's quite therapeutic. Because then I mean, the worst thing you can do is feel like you're isolated in pretty much all things. You don't want to feel like you're isolated in anything, you know. Little trapper here. Little Trapper John. $75. Okay, cool. End the spins early and do a monitor setup. So I would fully do the monitor setup on stream, and I think you guys would appreciate that because it is a bit of a bad boy. But I think I watched Linus Tech Tips try and like set it up. Now that was the Gen 1, that wasn't Gen 2. But it took like 3 people to just get this thing mounted on the stand. I do intend to mount it on the wall in the alcove here, but Tom says, I will say with 1 minute levels, I think acting faster is the way to go to get more hands in early on. There is definitely a lot to do with that, Tom. Absolutely. There is. I have a bit of an ongoing theory right now about the 2x and 3x multipliers and how to approach them. And I've been talking to Texas Tomo about it, and I think that we both are like coming to a very similar conclusion about what we need to do here. And I do think it would have a pretty significant impact on win rates. Once we hit the hundo, we don't have to play as fast. Yeah, Vinicius, I've seen tons of therapists in my time. Just general, counseling and stuff like that. I think betting here is fine. I think checking here is also fine. Would love to just start connecting with some bodes. And on the turn, we're going to go ahead and have a big bet. And we're going to line up for a river bell here. Top Bird says it can be frustrating for sure when things don't go well, but focus on the best decision making and what we control. I mean, 100%, right? Like, I know that I would say the exact same thing to anyone that, anyone that wants to give me a gift, don't you dare! In fairness, he did try and give me a gift. It wasn't his fault. It's not his fault that 10 came down on the river. Sensitive Tony says, I think my biggest problem with losing is that I feel poker is a battle of intelligence, and it's frustrating that it's getting harder to exploit as people get better. Yeah, I mean, look, the game is a lot tougher than it was, absolutely. But, in a similar vein, when things aren't going well, I just feel like I'm just a dumbass, basically. Yeah, John, you're going to love this monitor, mate. It's something that you would buy for sure. Now, my guy over here tried to give me a gift. He did his best to try and give me a gift, but it didn't work out. That was about 20 effective, actually. That's a good note to have. Pocket eights, we're still in the game, gang. 5 big blinds. But no, I think what I'm trying to get across though, guys, is it's not even really to do with how I'm like running on the tables. Like I said, I think we're actually running like pretty good in terms of I went all in and I won chips. We're running bad in these very specific spots where we're getting coolered for chunks, or like we're putting in a bluff that is just like absolutely awesome, but our opponent just happens to improve when we like put in the final, try and put in the final nail or whatever. But less so either of those two, and more just so like I just feel like I'm not in the mood. I'm not in the mood, but I think that is also to do with the fact that I've been sick for all this time. Paris was a lot of fun, but I was sick right before Paris, and I got back and I was really sick after Paris, and I'm still not right. I'm still coughing and everything. And I'm sick of feeling so fucking fragile. And feeling fragile is not conducive to taking a beating on poker, I think. Taking a beating while you feel unwell does not make you feel great. Anyway, we have a new lease of life in this game. Pretty much all textbook so far. The gift has been revoked. Exactly. Wow, this guy is really, really punting. 9.5 big blinds for $100. We can definitely pull this off, gang. Just want any chance. Ugh. Would love to have seen a flop with that hand. Oh, look at the flop. Look at the river. All right, we're heads up against the guy that's punting. That's something. Given the action here, we're not really going to have too many chances because it looks like he just wants to get the chips in no matter what. We need to find some actual hands to play with. King Deuce is 100% jam here. And the guy that's willing to play any 2 cards has King 10. Because life. All right, next game, please. Where's the next game, please, music? All right, everyone shut up for a minute. Everyone just shut up for a minute. We're listening to music now.
I hope it makes you happy. Ooh, and if you don't,
that's what we're doing.
You don't have to tell me. Ooh, chips in the middle, it's a shame.
All right, sorry, I'm trying to find a specific song. We're gonna play the next game please song. Sorry, I can't find it.
I swore this was the last. Hail to the god of spin. Kneel before your king. All in button on my desk. Don't you put me to the test.
This is it. This is what we need right now.
It's okay that you won, as long as you had some fun. That's the game, that's the deal. You just got lucky for real. I'm okay, I didn't win it. I don't need another minute. Wasn't my time, I know, but I'm ready now, so let's fucking go. I said next game, please. I'm ready now, so stay with me. I'm not scared, it's okay, so cut the talk, let's just play. I've been here, I've stayed late. I know the cost, know the weight. I don't flinch when the heat comes on. I don't care, just move along. Every loss sharpens me. The next game is what I need. You might win one, enjoy the show, but I'm locked in now, so let's fucking go. I said next game, please. I'm ready now, so stay with me. No regret, no delay, so let's just go, let's just fucking play. So now you've had your fun. Don't you dare, don't fucking run. I took those hits right on the chin, but now it's my time, baby, my time to win. I said next game, please. I'm ready now, so
All right. What a beautiful hand of poker that was. What an absolutely majestic hand that was. Maybe for the sessions, just some Jimi Hendrix. I love Jimi Hendrix. I actually, we can't play Jimi Hendrix because of the music thing, but I know lots of people do play the non-copyright stuff, and it's usually fine. If I got burned one time, it would just be catastrophic. It would be so annoying. But yeah, Jimi Hendrix is a good shout. What the fuck do we call this?
smells like smoke. Last chip on the table like the last bad joke.
Not really much we can do. Our opponent will not have ace-king. Our opponent will not have pocket fours, pocket kings, pocket aces. They won't have pocket threes, leading the flop, let alone not getting it in pre-flop. So at this point, when our opponent leads, thank you very much for the follow. Ram Ranch, thank you. By the way, let me open up this as well before we carry on. I'm sure we've had a couple of follows today that I haven't. Sorry, let's take a look at dashboard. So can I give a shout out to Ram Ranch and The Dark? Thank you for the follows, guys. So, yeah, look, we have the absolute nuts, basically. Our opponent has a flush draw here a lot of the time when they lead, which is why raising flop is so possible. When our opponent leads this flop, they will have complete air. There's a certain category of people that think that leading ace king 4 is good because you didn't raise pre-flop, so you can't have a high card. So the raise under those circumstances might get those players to not bluff again. However, we don't get much more value from players that have that strategy, right? When they donk lead ace king 4, the idea is to try and take it away from you on the flop. So if we're raising, we're not really denying ourselves too much additional value. Given the fact that we trapped ace-4 pre-flop, if they do have a king that leads, they don't really give us a king and ace that often, so we get more value from the king by raising flop anyway. For the most part, though, when people lead on these boards, I expect them to have a king or a flush draw. It just so happens that they have the flush draw that is also a gut shot, so the 3 of hearts being the most innocuous card in the deck punishes us here. Came for the poker, stayed for the music. The music is pretty good, eh? This is music that I generated myself. I say that like I can take credit for it. All of this music was generated on my AI pseudo account. Some of which I wrote the lyrics for. I would say most of it were auto-generated lyrics, and then I had to change it because they were awful or really cheesy. But some of it's pretty good. All right. How about we play another game? Tony Tyson says, when I have been sick. It always affects me immensely. When your body finds its strength again, your head follows. That's the very, very wise words. Very wise words, mon frere. Very wise words. A good old 100x would be nice, yeah. Absolutely.
Through the hallway, I'm lost at sea, and she won't wait. I could take a break, or I could break a string on this old guitar while you do all the same things. I don't fold my cards, baby. I'm all in. Another $100 hand, my hand still holds. Put it all on the table. I'm always chasing something. You say the game is over. I still want it. I still want it. I still want it. When I'm on the road, I'll be thinking of you. You're all I wanna hold. I'll never fold.
All right, let's see if we can win some chips here. This is a limped pot. This is a limped pot, and our opponent is an unknown player, and now they're blasting off on an ace-high board. I really, really, really don't want to believe.
I'm always chasing something. You say the game is over.
Yeah.
I still want it.
Yeah, good. right, just taking some notes here before we proceed with that one, guys. So we got some notes on our player now. Not a good spot. I'm just checking on this delivery. All right, we're still about 45 minutes out for delivery. Okay. Let's get locked in here, guys. Can do this. We are completely capable of doing this, guys. We can pull this off. We can totally do this, guys. It's possible. It's possible, gang.
Ooh, I put my last $10 in. This game's a game that I can't win. But if I fold, I'm in the win. I don't think it's right to ask you not to pay. But if you fold your cards, that's okay. And if you win it, I hope it makes you happy. Ooh, and if you don't, you don't have to tell me. Ooh, chips in the middle. It's a shame the world's so brittle, but all it takes is one more shuffle. All it takes is one more shuffle. Ooh, you're the dealer now.
It's just like twice in 3 games. Twice in 3 games we have top pair and they flopped a straight. I mean, we're too shallow. We just got to get the hand in no matter what. If we check and they bet, we're going to raise. We're going to get the chips in. It's just no fucking way out. There's no way out in these spots. And they're just always going to cost us chips. Ah, sad story. What a sad story, Nicholas. What a sad fucking story, man. All right, chat. Let's see if we can find some magic here. Let's do it. Let's leave the past behind us here for a minute. Let's put the past behind us for a second and let's just grind our tits off. Yep, 100% call there. 100% call, dominated by ace-10, unfortunately. My goodness. All right, $100 is a possibility. Yo! Mr. Finton Hand, how you doing, buddy? Thank you very much for the raid. Welcome everybody from Finty's stream. I hope you guys are well. Welcome to the Nick Walsh TV channel. We're playing Spin and Goes today. We're playing $25 spins. This year we are playing $250,000 worth of Spin and Goes on this stream. And if you guys are enjoying this content, make sure you hit that follow button. How was Finton's stream today? How you guys doing? Let me know how Finty got on. Terrible river. Really terrible river. Hello, everyone. Hi, Love to Write. Hello. Spintacular Zintex is here. Hello, Zintex. Good to see you, buddy. How you guys doing? Welcome. Let me know if you have any questions. We are just chilling out today, trying to win some money at the $25 Spinning Goes. We have been struggling today. Cards aren't being kind to us, but we are still persevering, trying our best to make it work. Somebody give me a shout. Let me know how Finty's stream went. Queen Jack. Very standard push here. Blind v blind. We do win the all-in. We're heads up against the unknown player here. Should have an edge heads up against this guy. Let's see if we can't do some damage here. Thank you very much for the follow, Arvan. All right, this is not the worst run out I've ever seen. We might still get called by a queen. We might still get called by a king. I mean, on this run out in particular, I feel like a king is probably quite likely to call us. The draws have missed. All right, let's go for gold here. Let's go for gold because I don't think he's going to fold a king. Lovely. Nice chunky bet on the river here. There's a chance maybe we should just be pushing this river, given the stack depths. Our opponent turns up here with king 9, by the way. Yeah, on the river. 10 in the pot, 13 behind. Probably just go for the push. Might have missed a move there. $400. My friend wakes up with ace king, unfortunately. There's a 7 on this river, though. That's $100 in the bank. All right, we go again. $100 in the tank. $100 in the tank. Yeah. I've decided we're going to fast play these ones. I've just decided we're going to fast play these spots in the 2x multis. Not enough time to waste. Tom agrees with me. And let's play this one as a steal. We have a flush draw on the flop. And on the turn, probably a reasonable checking card. A spade is going to be what we want on the river. This is probably the worst possible run out. There were a couple ways for that to go right. There were a couple ways that could have gone right. Unfortunately, it went about as wrong as you can go. All right, let's start bluffing here, gang. All right, we're getting trapped by the worst hand here. The limp call with king 9 of spades is textbook, though. This is definitely GTO. Just trying to win those all-ins if you can. All right, if we roll low enough, we can do something wacky with the 8 deuce. All right, we make a couple chips here, get called by a 10. We're going to try and trap pocket 9s here. On this flop texture, we're going to assume the 9s are basically top pair. Our opponent should have almost no ace combos whatsoever once we've limped and they've checked a 10 effective. And now we got them down to 6 big blinds, the danger zone, as we like to call it on this stream. 6 big blind danger zone. Thanks, John. Appreciate it, buddy. See you next time, dude. $50. Next game, please. All right, next game. Eight and a tray here.
Change me, I shrug and say some. Bills get paid on time now, but the past still hums. Money's just a jacket, keeps you warm till spring. It don't fix everything, but it sure.
Nice. Our opponent calls with King 9. Interesting, they don't want to bet King 9 on any street there. The player on the left here, but Tuto, has some very unusual lines that we've noted down before. Fairly wacky, in my opinion. Limped the button there with King 9 offsuit and then didn't want to bet the 9 on any street. Does not add up to me. All right, we would have called the Queen Deuce there. King 9's going to go here as well. In the 2x multi in particular, I think we need to just run this spot. No. Diddle-a-doo-doo, diddle-a-doo-doo. Nope. 6 stops away, guys. Let's keep an ear out for the new headphones. 6 stops away. and then we can take a look at our new headphones. Unlucky. Bow now, bow now, bow now. Wow. All right, let's go. Hey, Rick Dolph. I assume I'll be seeing you in a few weeks. You will, sir. I'll be there from the 26th onwards, man. I'm there for the whole hog, buddy. How you doing, Rick? By the way, if you guys are not coming to the Irish Open, you should definitely reconsider. Mr. Rick Dolph's going to be there, as well as the whole gang. So, Rick, basically, buddy, I mean, I think I probably know at least 1, 2. I probably know like 10 people coming from Brighton alone. I know that this guy loves to limp call my jam, so we're just going to commit. Batuto, I know you love it, buddy. Beside the side is asking, which Sennheiser did you get? One sec, I'll link you. I'm very excited about these. They did get somewhat mixed reviews. I mean, everyone agrees that they're good, but people are debating whether or not they're like an upgrade from the other models. So they're like the latest batch of the HD 660 line. A lot of people saying, oh, it's the new model, but it's not. It's not necessarily a big improvement on the older ones, but I like how they look. And I'm sure they're going to sound fab. I think I'm supposed to buy an amplifier for it as well. Bututo. They should be arriving any minute now. 6 stops away still. Yeah. No, I did not buy an amp for them. I'm told that that is something you should do. But they should work without the amp for today. Do you have any suggestions on which one to get, though? I don't need anything particularly fancy. There were some suggestions on the website. Getting a lock is nice here. I feel like we've just been really devoid of good spots in general in poker. And I feel like a lot of the spots that we have managed to manufacture for ourselves have been very poor. I'm going to check and let him bluff here. He might just have a bigger spade, of course, but I think we win here a lot of the time, especially given the action. Trap A7 of clubs. Calling a shove, of course. Trap activated efficiently. I'd really prefer not to chop this spot, but there you are. Doesn't seem right, does it, chat? Doesn't seem right to me. Five stops away! This is not the guy. This guy is not known for his ability to believe. He's a bit of a non-believer. Bututo the non-believer. Yeah, we're gonna go for more here, guys. Our opponent really shouldn't have a king or an ace here too often, given the pre-flop action. We can get called by all the worst spades. What did I say about Bututo? What did I say? The non-believer. Surprised to see that he opted for a small bet on the turn there. The Fio K7 is good. It's funny you say that, mate. That was the exact model that I was suggested as well. Yeah, that was the exact one, mate. I've seen a lot of people discussing that. I might purchase that later today. I'm excited though. It's gonna be good. And I'm just really looking forward to getting these off my head, because while I'm very used to wearing these, bad boys for work, I think for long or very frequent poker sessions, I want something more comfortable. And I think it's going to help me to play better poker as well, because this constant pressure on my skull is annoying me now. Because these are great headphones. These are great commentators' headphones. Good for commentary purposes, but it's not great for super long sessions. I didn't mean to click show one, but there we go. Giving away my whole strategy. All right, what are we doing here? We're gonna be all in. Decided I've made up my mind about a strategy that we're employing here, guys, and we're playing these small blinds fast. It's Bututo. I mean, technically, we should be calling here against the against this player. Story checks out. It's Bututo! Bututo. We just got to win one of the flips. We just got to win one of the flips there. The flip on the left is the important one. That was the one that was important to us. We will be check raising this flop. We pick up additional equity on the turn. I think just keeping it small is good. We're telling a fairly believable story. And when we get there, we can just punish. I feel like we've earned this. I feel like we've paid for this one, guys. We've paid for this. We've paid for this one. We put in the good work. We put in the groundwork. And we earned that one. Fandison in the chat, by the way, hello. The biggest spin I've ever hit was a 150K jackpot spin and go. The Jack 9 here I think is textbook. I will mark this one for review. I'm working on getting GTO Wizard back, by the way, guys. Hey, JQK, good to see you. How you doing, mate? And once we hit this 10, I guess we're not really going to be getting away. With a 7, we can push this at 9. So if we're this close, I think we'll sneak it into a call. Deuces! Oh, 2 stops away, chat. Headphones are almost here. This is very exciting. So really quick, guys. Sorry, let me go and mark that hand, the Jack 9 spot. I think it's this hand here. So it's a bit of a weird one when we're playing against a reg and we see this large ISO. He ISOs to 4 big blinds at 10 big blinds, and we call with Jack 9. Pretty sure this is GTO. Mark hand. We can check this in GTO Wiz once I have that reestablished. I'm just waiting for some feedback before I can do that. I'm pretty sure that we just have to fold flop, obviously, but I do think that Jack 9 is not strong enough to jam versus ISO. In fact, we could just take a look at it, couldn't we? We could confirm the pre-flop. All right, really quick, guys, just while we're waiting for these headphones, I'm going to close PokerStars, and we'll take a look at this hand for review. So just to be crystal clear here, guys, we're about to do some proper review. We're going to get some charts open for the NickWalshTV chart pack. PokerStars is not open. We are not currently playing on PokerStars. The client is completely closed. So this is the spot. We limp with Jack 9 here, and we get raised. I'm pretty sure Jack 9 is too good to fold versus the dynamic ISO, like extra large ISO size. But I don't think it's good enough to push. Now, we can confirm the post-flop in GTO Wizard, but we can look at the NWTV chart pack to confirm the pre. So this is the chart pack available on my website, as per usual, guys, and we can take a look at the advanced pack. So if we look at advanced here, This will include the dynamic ISO sizes heads up. So we're in the small blinds, and we're facing a ISO non-all-in, and this folder is different from the normal pack because it has the two different dynamic sizes that we can look at. So at 10 big blinds effective, we have 3 and 3.5. So yeah, sure enough, if we look at the 3.5 here, this is close enough. You can see that this ends up being a call. It's the value hands that end up being a push up here. So I think we're probably doing the right thing here pre-flop. It is worth noting that this is an ISO to 3.5 as opposed to 4, so it is slightly cheaper. I still think it's going to find its way into a call regardless, though. Thank you very much for the follow. That was Good Luck. Thank you very much for the follow. All right, so really quick, let me just double check, guys. I don't want to miss this delivery. Just give me 2 seconds, guys. Hey, Big Deal O'Neill says, Nick, can you go into heads up advanced big blind versus 3-bet non all in at 7? I'm so close to completing this chart pack, I can almost smell it. Sure we can, mate, yeah. I'm still waiting on this delivery, guys. 1 sec. You want to look at... Sorry, that's not the right one. You want to look at heads up, big blind, first 3-bet non all in at 7. You mean ISO? Sorry, 1 sec, guys. We're just trying to confirm which one big deal means, which one big deal means. Oh yeah. You're misquoting it anyway, you butthead. Anyway. Just being a tit, as per usual. All right. So we'll get back to the game in a sec, guys. I am expecting the buzzer to go any minute now. They are literally on the road. All right, one sec. Any second now. All right, well, while we're here, we can go ahead and change these settings really quick. All right, I'm going to switch over to the... All right, it's going to be too loud now. Properties. And I'm going to change mic. So the microphone should auto adjust. 1, 2. All right, so the settings on this should actually be optimized anyway. Oh. I'm going to open up Stars again really quick. All right, gang. So yeah, this is how it should sound now. The mic should be set to mono. Properties. Mic should be ticked on mono. It is on mono. I'll make sure my shit jokes are more theory accurate next time. I mean, honestly, mate, I'd expect better from you. All right, so the idea is, gang, that we can use our fancy Shure microphone. I don't know why this one ended up getting scratched. That's really annoying me. Maybe the other one actually isn't, though. Anyway, the idea is that we're going to use our fancy Shure microphone now, and the other headphones should be a lot more comfy. And they should be arriving any second. These people are trolling us, man. All right, while we're here, I think this is the one that we just covered. Yeah, so let's actually leave it marked because we can look at that later. Yeah, I think they end up having a better king here, but this is another one that we wanted to look at because I'm pretty sure that we are supposed to be doing more raising with our top pairs in these situations. Get value from 10x and the queen jack a little bit more often. Interesting one. Just double checking that we are supposed to be raising often there. I'm assuming that we're probably supposed to be calling this turn jam some of the time. Although it is pretty strong, isn't it, from Aquenia? Loudness is fine. I call it age-appropriate volume. Doesn't sound bad, just louder. I mean, it shouldn't sound... when I first plugged it in, it would be very, very loud, but I've adjusted the sensitivity now. Let me see if there's any other settings in here. One, two. All right, so we're looking at settings for this bad boy. This is going to be 1, 2. So it's much louder over here for some reason. Microphone has 0. One, two. That's muted in here anyway. Yeah, Nettie, sorry, it cuts out when I was doing the update here. I'm a bit confused. So there used to be something in the actual microphone itself where you could adjust specific stuff. Here we go. Wait 1 second. Here you go. So the real-time denoiser is on. Okay, that's the delivery, guys. 1 second. All right. This is very exciting. This is very exciting. All right, we got this on the denoiser. I think these are all the settings that I gave it before. I think we want something like that. The gain is on auto level. All right, that makes sense. All right, cool. So close this. All right, so here's the situation, gang. We are upgrading the setup. We have a new monitor next door. And part of the setup that we want to improve is not just the viewing experience, but also our audio experience. And also, this is mostly to do with comfort. These are pretty fucking expensive Sennheiser over-ear open backs. So the idea is the headphones that I've been using for a while now, just out of necessity, they're like cups like this. They're actually partially noise canceling. So there's a lot of pressure on your ears and also physical pressure on your head because they're quite uncomfortable. And that's good because you can actually hear what you sound like going through the microphone, but we don't want that. We want open back. We want to feel like we're in the room. So we're gonna do some unboxing here. We're gonna do an unboxing here. Oh, this is nice packaging. And now my dumbass is gonna have to figure out which cables to use because there's actually quite a few. This is a professional situation, theoretically, which means that it's supposed to have an amplifier, but it will also have the inputs specific to just what we're going to use over here. All right, let's give this a go. So that will actually allow us to put it into the computer itself. This isn't a long-term solution for all you audiophiles out there. What we want is, we want the amplifier that will allow us to run it straight out of this bad boy. In fact, I wonder if the amplifier we have here will even work. There is a chance that we could just run it out of this thing for today. Let's give it a go. I just want to make sure I don't blow it up first. So we don't want 48 volt. We don't want that. All right, we're going to give it a go. So first things first. How do they look? How do they feel? This is probably the most important thing. They look pretty legit. They look like professional sort of studio open back headphones. They feel quite light. They're much lighter than the other ones. So let's give them a couple clicks here. Exactly, Zintex. High quality headphones for listening to cheap compressed AI music. That is completely accurate. All right, so definitely need more headspace here. Oh wow. Okay. Okay. So they're comfortable. They're comfortable. They are very, very big. As in they're very large on your head. All right, one sec, guys. I'm gonna see if I can run it through the PreSonus here. And I'm hoping it's not gonna blow up my new headphones, but we're gonna give it a shot. All right. Okay. So are they more comfortable? Yes. Do they look cool on stream? I think they're pretty good looking headphones, I would say. They definitely have that oversized They definitely have that oversized kind of streamer headphone thing going on, which I think is okay. I think I like them. I'm gonna try it through regular audio. 1 second. I'm gonna try and plug this bad boy in. All right, so if I flip the switch over here from all right, so output device. All right, one sec, guys. Tom says the mic sounds good. That's good. All right, so what I'm thinking is... Okay. Okay. Sensitive Tony says Princess Leia. It's definitely Princess Leia vibes. But I feel way better. They give you that yo homie feeling to your face. I mean, they're hella comfortable, guys. They are hella comfortable. Definitely Princess Leia to a certain degree. But like, in a cool streamer way, I like them. All right. So with no further ado, we are going to play some poker. And I have a sneaking suspicion that we're about to play some of the best poker of our lives. I do need to buy an amplifier though. I think I'm using the amplifier that goes with the other headphones, to be honest, but anyway, here we go, next game. Anyway, thank you for your patience, guys. Appreciate that. But I'm hoping that the new setup sounds good. Let me know if you can hear any background noise or anything like that. This should be doing a good job of denoising, and it should also be doing a good job of denoising, and it should also be should be isolating my voice pretty well. Man, that's a long wait we just had. Blue says, I've only heard good things about Sennheiser cans. Yeah, I mean, these are the open backs. Wearing expensive headphones immediately gives +2 EV. I mean, for sure. I'm fairly confident that that is completely accurate. Sensitive Tony thinks they look good. Definitely chat approved headphones. Good. Can I hear out of them? I can. Open back, baby. Open back. I feel like I'm in the room. I'm gonna win every flip now. They are very comfortable, guys. They are very, very comfy. All right, I'm gonna try some music, guys. I'm gonna turn it up. One sec. That compressed AI music. Sounds good. I mean, it's pretty cool. Like, I definitely feel like I'm more in the room now. I definitely feel like I'm, like, present. When you had those on, you felt very isolated because you couldn't hear anything else that was happening in the room. You could only hear your voice. So I'm thinking that this is maybe a very, very good move. But the cards don't love me back. Yeah, this is nice. Ilstramashi is asking, why do you need headphones? Well, I don't need headphones necessarily. But if you're a streamer, you need to hear notifications. And also, it's nice to be able to hear what your audience is hearing. His girlfriend would kill him otherwise. So if you're a streamer, interaction with the chat is really important, and you have various alerts that go off when you have follows or whatever like that. Also, it's just nice that I can monitor what you guys are hearing. So for example, if I turn on the stream and I don't have headphones on, there might be something, like music might be too loud, or there might be alerts going off that I'm not hearing. It sounds good though. And I guess I feel like I've been shouting as well. You definitely talk louder in the other headphones, but you can hear, so you're not, because you can hear your voice, you're not shouting like if you're wearing headphones and you don't hear the talk back. Wow. Uh-oh. Headphone run good? Headphone run good. They are cozy as fuck, I have to say, guys. I have to say. Just got to get the height of them right. I think that's actually probably good. Busted rusted up, rust, yeah. Yeah, baby. Headphone run good. Here we go. Headphone run good. Headphone run good. Oh. It's definitely it's a very different experience. Like traditionally I never used a headset like that, but I was just using it because we were in the new flat. I need to listen back to the audio on this though, because I think it's probably still quite echoey in here. So in order to improve the sound, I need to get some soundproofing in the new office. But aside from that, it's good because they're open back, right? I don't feel claustrophobic. Big boy headphones. Yeah, we're gonna go for it. Wish me luck, chat. Nice hand, buddy. Wow. Interesting. All right, I'm gonna bet big, and then we're just gonna go broke on the flop if we need to. It's an interesting turn. Our opponent shouldn't really have a deuce here. You'd expect a 5 just to go broke on the flop as well. Story checks out. It's not a nice river. Gonna trap some 8s here. Would love to see a shove. We do very well against all-ins here. Not sure. He's got 4 big blinds and he's got pocket 9s. Sure. Sure. Yeah. We have 5 big blinds and he has 8s this time. All right. Sure. Well, the headphones are good anyway, guys. Well, I might not need to buy a an amplifier if this works on the desktop. Can't call here. Oh, chips in the middle, it's a shame the world's something. Yeah, I've decided these are awesome. I really like them. I've decided I really, really dig it. All right, and then we can position this one. All right, it's coming together. You guys wait till you see this new monitor. It's going to be sick. Yeah, these are cool. The boombox sounds so loud in my ears now. Come on now. El mejor! El mejor! El mejor! So live. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right. So, headphones success. Boombox functioning. Thank you very much for the follow. Alienated. That's a great name, by the way. OKZR, by the way. Thank you for the follow 35 minutes ago. Sorry I didn't give you a shout out. Did not spot that, but now we're not going to miss it. We got the new headphones on. These are great. I've decided I really like these. Ooh. Very, very spicy. We're going to limp. Hey, Crystal Matthew, thank you very much for the follow. Love that name, by the way. We're checking Jack 9 because we basically have the nuts, right? With Jack High. And we're going to go ahead and start this with the raise. We played a little bit with the player on the right here. This isn't BC from our Twitch chat, is it? BC Cesar? Might be. They haven't indicated, and I'm pretty sure BC would have said something by now. We're going to sneak in here as well. We're going to try and see as many of these flops as we can for cheap. While the going is good, and the pocket kings are obviously a hand we want action with. No action with the kings. Is the new monitor ultra wide or standard? There's a link somewhere, buddy. One sec. It's ultra wide and it's curved and it's ginormous. Where's my link? There you go. Same again here. It is the Arc Gen 2. All right, we tried to be clever. Didn't work out. We're willing to go broke with ace queen, of course. Wish me luck. Same hand, huh? It's an absolute monster, Undersea Monkey. I just got delivery of it. It's a TV basically, but it is a proper gaming monitor, so it has the proper refresh rate and depth of color and all that stuff. We're gonna try and do a slightly oversized steel blind v blind. Yeah, I can't wait. It's gonna be really cool. I watched Linus Tech Tips put one together once, and it takes more than one person, so I'm waiting for Ruth to get home. Waiting for Ruthie to come home and show me her lifting skills. So what would I do here? What would I do here against the two unknown players? Can you believe it? Trying to entice some action with the Ace King. What? I mean, I'm glad I decided to shake things up a little bit there. I'm pretty sure though, actually, Undersea Monkey, I can't remember what the radius is, but if you look at the R number, I think people have actually done complete surrounds with these before. I need to check the R number, but that should indicate how many you need to do a complete 360. It is very, very curvy. It's very curvy. It's 55 inches from corner to corner. Okay, against the unknown player, how much tighter do we want to be here? Okay, against the unknown, we're just going to play a tight game here. Tom says, mousing it to the arm, I think, is easier than you think. You do that before the screen comes out of the box. So, Tom, I'm with you in spirit, but if I... So, I don't know if you looked at the... Okay. I don't know if you looked at the link I sent you properly, but it's designed to function in portrait, and also when you turn it, it detects, and then it goes into what they call it's called cockpit mode. So the arm itself is really, really heavy, and it's got a bunch of stuff built into it, and it's also like heavily spring loaded because it needs to be able to go quite high up in order to turn, so it goes into full cockpit mode. I have a really bad feeling about this hand. I'm going with my gut, guys. I'm going with my gut. I really, really have a bad feeling about that spot for some reason. I could be the biggest whale in the world. Probably am, to be honest. I probably am, to be honest. Twitch might flag it for posting porn. Well, let's see if we have the best hand. We're blocking 8-6. If he has a 5 or a 7, he can still hero call us when we jam. We've under-repped the queen in the first place. If he has a 7, he's probably not folding. How desperate does this shove look? Who's checking a queen on this flop, honestly? Honestly. So, earlier today, we actually had a spot very similar to that. And we missed the river jam, and we would have got all the chips. So I'm glad that we're activating that part of our brain again, and we're finding the overbet. It's not common to check top pairs generally speaking, on flops. However, you are supposed to do it at a fair frequency, and you're also supposed to do it more often when the other card that you have is usually a low card and it has other backdoor straight or flush draw properties. So we've picked a good one there, and obviously we're getting super max on the river, and we win $100, and we actually win some EV, like chunky EV on that river. Next game. So yeah, sorry, Tom. I'm struggling to communicate at the moment, but the way that I understood it was the monitor itself is like a giant TV. It's huge. It's really, really heavy. So the monitor itself is really, really heavy. But the arm, there's something to do with the arm that makes it tricky to mount, because it's got like extra spring loading in it or something. Because it's supposed to be designed to not only support the weight of the monitor, but also the monitor comes like way up, so that when it turns, it does this curved, like over the head cockpit mode situation. I'm really looking forward to gaming on these as well, actually. I want to play Path of the Exile on these. I want to play PoE 2 with these bad boys on. Crank up the volume. Like an empty bottle of gin. Hey, Dean, what's up, buddy? We're good, man. How are you? Now, I could be wrong, but actually, I forgot that I had this thing on the desktop. PreSonus audio box i2. Did we get? I think we put that in good. I mean, it must be, right? So I've got this on the desktop. That was actually running the old headphones. So all right, so we have the microphone preamp gain control. Output. Headphone output frequency response. Yeah, okay, I might actually want to get the other one then. So I'm looking for is the PreSonus audio box i2 a headphone amplifier.
The PreSonus Audiobox i2 does contain a built-in headphone amplifier because it has a headphone output. Cool. Cool. Not cool. It is primarily a USB audio interface for recording. Inside the interface is a small headphone amplifier which you can monitor audio while recording. The headphone output can deliver 60. That's perfectly fine for most normal headphones. The Sennheiser headphones you're looking at are 300 ohm at ohms, I think. Your interface can run them, but you may notice lower maximum volume, slightly weaker bass, less dynamic sound because the built-in amp is not very powerful. So what you're saying is I need to spend more money. Okay, deal. I agree. Big Deal says, any interest in Slay the Spire? Not sure how it works, but this new one has co-op. So I've been seeing it all over the place. I definitely have some interest in it, but at the moment I'm kind of caught up in PoE 2. Path of Exile 2, there's something about the simplicity of it and the grind of it that I'm really enjoying. And I like how there's so much like replayability, like you can do very different builds and have different specializations and stuff. I might get bored of it, and Slay the Spire is definitely on the list, but if you're interested, we could maybe co-op some PoE 2. I did kind of already say that I would do some of that once we got around to it. Alan, first time chatter, says, what's the most spins in a row you've won or lost? Just curious. So I don't know the exact numbers, but there was a stream at the start of this year where I think we won something like 9 or 10 in a row. Tom, do you remember what the number was? It was insane. Like it was at least 6 or 7, but I think it ended up being even more. The most I've lost in a row is probably significantly more than that. I try not to get too bogged down in that. I try to just focus on the overall results, right? So while it could be kind of a fun statistic to know, sometimes knowing how many you've lost in a row is just like going to bum you out and you're not going to play your best, which I struggle with at times anyway. Man, ChatGPT is so helpful. I think we're just going to do this, guys. Wish me luck. I've decided I'm not messing around anymore. We're not messing around anymore, chat. I would love to know the number of spins I've won in a row, but obviously, just statistically speaking, it's very difficult to even do 3. The math is so like, let's say that you win 35% of the spins you play, or 37 or whatever the number is. In fact, what's our ITM? So since the change, if I filter for all spinning goes after the merge, excuse me, guys. Slay the Spire 2 is amazing. I'm playing it right now. I'll definitely give it a go. All right, so if we filter for this, so ITM, I'll turn this one off. So ITM is 35%. So if you want to win 2 in a row, that's 35% of 35% is the sort of like mathematical frequency. And then you do the same thing again for the 3rd game and the 4th game. Tom is asking if I'm done with the golf game now. Yeah, we've been done with that for a while. We've been done with the golf game for a while. Syntax has a recommended audio interface. Nice. Okay, cool. So the other one that people were suggesting was the FIO K7. Yeah, it was something like 7 in a row. Maybe it wasn't 9. I think it was 7 or 8. That was a bit of a slow roll. That's textbook spot though, guys, with the King Jack of Hearts. We are going to go brokers there. This is also fine. This is also fine. Give me the hearts, give me the hearts. But Zintex, if that's your suggestion, then I'm happy to go for that for sure. Wait, so is this definitely going to be appropriate for these headphones though? Tom says I'm glad I didn't invest in it. I mean, we had some really good times with that game. We had some good times. I think it didn't help that Strag was on life tilt basically about it. He really, Strag being in game development for so long, he's not wrong. There was some serious design faults in that game. There was some serious design faults in that game. Okay, wait. I'll ask ChatGPT. So according to ChatGPT, the Focusrite does have an amplifier, but it's still not as powerful as a dedicated audiophile headphone amp that was suggested. Please have King Queen. I accept Queen 10. I accept Queen 10. So apparently the FIO is right. No, so I'm looking just for the headphones, buddy. Yeah, like as soon as I saw what you sent me over, I could see that it also had the inputs for mics and stuff. We're gonna trap pocket nines here. Let's see if Kodiki wants to give us some chips. Kodiki, Kodiki, Kodiki. Kodiki. I mean, look, basically the interface that I have here, the PreSonus one that I have here, is doing the job. But I think a dedicated one just for the headphones would be nice. This works though for now. I mean, because the mic that I'm running sounds great, and that's just straight USB. I don't need the additional. Definitely working with your headphones. The built-in amplifier is strong enough. Yeah, I'm sure it would be anyway. I'm loving the feel of these though, guys. I definitely feel more present. I know it's weird to describe, but like I definitely feel like I'm more the sort of cupping sensation and the sort of noise cancellation effect definitely made me feel not in my surroundings. I'm feeling a lot more relaxed like this. Feel like we can just chill. Oh God, I can't wait to play. El mejor. Do we start bluffing here? We could get check raised, but I'm gonna go for it. We could get check raised here. Yeah, that's true, Syntax. That's true. You're not wrong there, buddy. Okay. We can win flips. We can win flips sometimes. Fairly ballsy. Gonna ISO bluff here, and then we'll play it on the flop as per usual. It's a pretty nice turn. Slowing down doesn't make sense. Not on this turn. Yeah, baby. Why would we slow down when we can just speed the fuck up? It's an interesting line, by the way. Interesting line, buddy. Our size actually works really nicely here. So, Queen of Diamonds is obviously one of the worst turns for us here with Jack 9, but we can still have the best hand a fair amount. If he does end up having a 10 or a 9, does check the river quite often. In which case, we do want to consider a value bet here. We might still get called by an 8. I do feel like an 8 likes to put in a little bet, though, some of the time. So let's try and get a little more value here if we can. Good decision making there. We don't actually get more value, but obviously if he's folding there, that means we probably are still value betting correctly. Okay, we actually roll very low here, guys. This is going to be a 4 big blind ISO bluff. And we have to fold to the shove, but when we roll low and we have that garbage, we're going to do it. We don't do it often. It works out to be something like 10% of the time with the weakest part of our range. So we're unlucky to run into a big hand there again, but we have a method. We're not just going to do that every time and just get punished every time. If our opponent's not going to lead at this turn, I think we do want to try and go for value here. We can get called by worse 5s, straight draws, flush draws. I do anticipate most players leading a 6 on this turn once we've checked flop as well. It's quite common. Not always. I'm not saying it's even something you should always do, but from experience. So again, this is another combo that probably benefits from a large ISO, but only at the correct frequency. And we're not going to do it every time. Gonna leave me in the desert to die. All right, so we'll play this game and then maybe one more after this. And then we'll call it quits for today, guys. Got somewhere to be this evening. Gonna go to Little Show with Ruthie Pie. Pocket five trap. Nice. Yeah, anything under 2.6 effective, we're calling any two. Same hand, lol. Call your number on the telephone, said I can wake you home, but won't you save my soul? Try to call you, but I couldn't find the word. So I wrote them on the page and I let it burn. Oh, Dean, I forgot to ask you, mate. Well done. How did you do? Did you win a few bucks? Or do you just mean the ambiance? I'm assuming you won a few bucks. It's the games there can be very, very good. All right, $75. And now, on to the next game. We're going to play one more, guys. We're going to wrap it there. We will be getting back to our proper study sessions, by the way. I do intend on getting back to daily study sessions to accompany our streams like we were doing before. I'm just waiting to speak with somebody at GTO Wiz to see if I can get a little deal going. Otherwise, business as usual. Have a good night, Loller. All right. Try to beam, don't get beamed. Very wise words. Yeah, new headphones are a win, guys. I'm enjoying these. I'm a bit more used to seeing myself in them as well. Yeah, I think streamers have big headphones. I think they look cool. We have managed to turn this session around pretty well, guys. I'm not gonna lie. We have managed to make this a very slightly profitable sesh, which makes me feel good because the headphones obviously are having a positive impact on our mindset, on our brain set. Yeah, we're gonna start betting here. We're gonna start betting here. See if Breastcore wants to mess with us. Dean says food and drink and atmosphere was brilliant. Good, mate. All right, we're going to go for the value on the river. I mean, how often does he just turn up with like aces here or something? That'd be kind of weird, right? I feel like on that texture, aces and kings check raises if they're going to play their hand slow. So we can still get called by 7x, 6x, all that good stuff. Maybe even some ace highs, maybe even some king highs. Breast core. 2x money. All right, cool, nice. Well done, Dean. I mean, getting paid to hang out at the Hippo feels good. Getting paid to hang out at the Hippo feels pretty fantastic. Just gonna send a picture to Ruth. I just remembered Ruthie's actually not coming home before the show tonight. Jack 7. Seven and a half big blinds. 7.5 big blinds. I mean, it's definitely Nash, right? Jack, what was it? Jack 7, Jack 6? Jack 7. Jack 7 at 7.5 is Nash. All right, really quick, guys. I want to look this one up. I'm going to close PokerStars really quick, and then we're going to take a look at that one hand for review. So really quick, guys, it was the Jack 7 push. So we're at 7.5 big blinds effective. So it's actually a bit deeper than I was, than I thought it was. Anyway, we pushed Jack 7. So this is definitely Nash. Let's just confirm that first. If I open up a new window and we look at the heads up, push, folds. So first things first, Jack 7 offsuit is a push at 8.5. So we're already within one big blind of a profitable push from push fold standpoint. I just want to double check the NickWalshTV chart pack here quick. So again, PokerStars is closed, guys. We're not making reference to this while we're playing, just to be clear. And also, if we take a look at images, small blind at 7. So Jack 7 off is creeping into push territory here at 7 exactly. At 8 big blinds, it's going to be very close, right? It's right on the cusp. So this is fine. This is right in the middle. Against a reg, this is going to be totally cool. That hand against an unknown player, we're happy just to limp, and we're going to end up playing that a lot more often from position. So that works out nicely for us there. What's better, guys? A little more mic, less mic. I always thought seeing the mic on the camera was kind of cool, but people have mixed opinions about it. Anyway, that's going to be all for today. Let's take a look at our results for today. So this is our chip graph, refreshed. We ended up winning 1,000 chips in EV. We ended up winning $125 in profit, and we had a 22 chip EV overall. So we managed to rescue this session. We got off to kind of a rough start, but hey, there we go. New headphones. We're locked in. The new monitor is going to get us even more locked in, and hopefully we'll be able to put some proper numbers up this year. Let's take a look at our chips so far this year. Yeah, so a little bit of a bounce back after our pretty big downswing here, but you guys know how this goes. Sometimes we can have a really big upswing and we can cancel all this negativity out, and hopefully moving forward we will. Speaking of moving forward, tomorrow we're going to play more Spin and Goes back here on the NickWalshTV channel, 2 p.m. UK. Hope you guys will come and hang out with me. I'm looking forward to that. And new headphones from the start, new setup from the start, new mindset from the start. And yeah, hope you guys have a fantastic evening. Good luck on the poker tables, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for more Spin and Go action. Love you all. By the way, if you haven't seen on my social media, !Nick in the chat to find it. I'm doing regular uploads now as YouTube Shorts and also as Instagram Reels. If you don't follow on those platforms. Go give them a follow. I am going to be posting daily highlights on those now in those categories. So go check it out. Love you all very much. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I'll see you guys tomorrow for more action.